Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Shoreham Road to Enlightenment, the world's most open-minded podcast. Today, we're celebrating the end of Pride Month with Ture Rudolfson, a 20-year-old trans man from Sweden. Hello.
Hello.
He is looking to attend university in the autumn and hopes to be a teacher someday, a noble profession. But before that, a disclaimer. The trans issue is an important one and currently very topical. Personally, I think that trans rights are important. Otherwise, I wouldn't live in, Brighton. But I also have questions and my criticisms. They are not transphobic because I think the right to debate and query is a democratic one. But I also appreciate that I have a lot to learn too. My main issue is that I believe this subject and the trans community is also being hijacked and ruined by ultra work idiots. But before we get into that, hello Ture, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but it's fine.
Okay, here we go. At what age did you realize that you existed in the wrong body?
I don't really know. I guess it started with puberty. I didn't really know what was wrong. I just felt wrong in my body and everything with it. So I guess I started to feel more uncomfortable around the age of like 13. But I had no idea what it was. I just knew I wasn't liking changes and things that was happening to me, and I just felt like I wanted to lay in bed and not go out at all. Just yeah, I was kind of depressed, but I don't know. But the realization that really happened, that was, I think, around 2020. I really started to think, yeah, maybe I started to look into it more and thought maybe I shouldn't be in this body that I am. But I didn't come out until I was 18 in 2021, and that was after I had really processed everything, because it's a long process. You have to get to grips with it yourself in your mind before, and so. But I've always known that I've been different, but I couldn't explain it until around like 2020, 2021.
Okay, so what does masculinity mean to you?
I don't really know. Uh, that's a hard question. I haven't really thought about it, but I want to be masculine. But it's hard, because if you've been treated one way your whole life, and then you change, and you kind of get treated another way, but you still have those like things from before, the way you were treated before. And I don't really think about masculinity a lot. I think everyone should just be able to act how they want to. I don't really think I know there's masculine things and feminine things, but I don't really think there should be. But at the same time, I want to be masculine. I don't know if that's a good explanation, but
Okay, so in terms of your current journey, you are
yeah,
pre-op. Um,
yes,
You've started your evaluation at the Gender Identity Clinic, you tell me, and
yes.
met psychologists. What does that process include?
Uh, they just try to understand how you feel, and um, so that they can help you and in your personal transition, um, and then they write everything down, because they want to be sure that you're sure about wanting this. That's why there's a lot of meetings and things, because they want to make sure that you're sure that this is what you want, and it just further so that you can start your medical transition, and it helps you. And yeah, they just try to understand your journey, I think.
So yeah, what the next step would be is like top surgery.
No hormones, I think. Before that depends on what you want. Some people don't want hormones, so maybe then they get top surgery. But I think the first step usually is hormones, like to,
Well, you have someone like Elliot Page, who I'm sure you probably admire and know about.
yeah,
There
I
is
know that.
definitely a marked difference when you see his interviews now
Hmm.
compared to when he was a woman or a girl.
Yeah, yeah,
There are definitely different, you know, differences, and by the hormones that he's taken. Is that something that you want to do?
yeah. I want to take hormones. I've been wanting to for a very long time, but it's a long process, and you don't always. It you want it to go very fast, but it's not like that. It can take years before
Yeah,
you get to that point. Uh, but yeah, it's definitely something I want to do.
yeah, definitely something that you shouldn't rush. I don't think. What's been the reaction to of your friends and family?
My family has been great. It was uh, in the beginning they had to understand it. It wasn't like yay at the like, but I told my sister first, and both my sisters first, and they were very cool with it, and then they helped me tell my parents, and like it took some time for them to really get to grips with it and understand that I was serious, but they've been accepting. It hasn't been a problem with them, and it's I think they've grown along with me and understand a lot more now than they did in the beginning. And with friends, I didn't have that many friends before my transition, but my two closest friends, they just completely froze me out. They didn't want anything to do with me anymore
Wow.
from high school. Uh, so after I transitioned, like or came out, I started to uh, be with other people in my class, and they were more okay with it, but I didn't really want to be with them because they hadn't been that nice to me before I came out. So but they were at least okay with me being trans, so it was better than the other friends.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Why did you choose the name Ture? Because I looked into this. Do you know what the word Ture means?
uh, no, I don't really know. I thought it was like a Swedish version or different version of Thor, and that means thunder. But I
Yeah,
think it has
thunder.
another meaning as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we have a book
Rock and
here.
roll. It's a metal name.
Yeah, but we have a book here called Ture Sventon, and he's like a detective. And when I was looking at names, because I was looking at all kinds of names before I came out to my parents and my family,
Cool.
because I wanted to have name before I came out. And then Ture kind of stuck, and I liked that name. And yeah,
Awesome.
so yeah.
Right. So those with gender dysphoria must be treated with equality and kindness, but should all contested political beliefs and new ideology and social constructs become facts purely because some people feel that they should.
What?
Well,
I didn't know.
well,
Sorry, I didn't.
do you think all contested like beliefs and ideology and new social constructs become facts just because a lot of people in the media and in society feel that they should?
I don't know. I think everything should be taken with a grain of salt when it, all things, and you should look into it before making it a fact. I don't think you should just the minute it comes out, it should be taken as a fact. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just thinking about, you know, there was a recent just down the road from here,
Mm-hmm.
a place called Rye College. The there was a pupil that wanted to identify as a cat, and the teacher allowed it and said, and one of the other pupils were like, "I'm sorry, miss, but you know she's not a cat. That's wrong." And that teacher said to the pupil that she was despicable and should be in an asylum. And Ofsted, the ruling body of education in this country, is now kind of like, you know, hauling the teacher out, say, look, you can't do this. You know, she's clearly not a cat. So do you think um, everyone should be able to identify as what they want?
No, like we can't. We are humans. We can't like just become other species. So no, I don't think you should just be able to identify as whatever you want. Like you can't identify as a rock, for example. Like
So how many
that's just
genders are there?
ridiculous. I don't know. Uh, there are intersex people, so I think I don't really know if you can. So I guess maybe three. I don't know, because intersex people should also be treated uh, uh, like people, and they don't have like typical male and female like parts. So I don't know how you can just say that there are two, because that's just not true in my opinion, because there are intersex people as well. So I think they should have like their own thing.
How old should it be allowed for children to transition and have access to gender affirming care such as puberty blockers?
There's been a lot of talk about puberty blockers here in Sweden right now. I
What's the
think
law
that
there?
like that's very interesting that you should ask that, because we just recently actually had not a ban, but they said you shouldn't treat uh, young people with puberty blockers. It's kind of been like they shouldn't do it because there was a program that just kind of spurred up this thing about it, and then they just kind of banned it. It's not banned, but it's very frowned upon now, and they don't do it as much. It's just in rare cases they give like children puberty blockers now. But I know it's not until they're like 12, I think, just before, and they say you shouldn't be on puberty blockers for like more than 1 year. But I think they're important to to because I know I would have liked to have puberty blockers when I was that age. I think it would have made me more comfortable, and maybe given me some time to figure out what I really wanted.
When
So
you were 13, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I would have, like, I think about it a lot now, and maybe if I would have coming out to, and when I was that age, or realized what it was, then it would, my transition would have been easier. But you just never know. And yeah, I think puberty blockers are fine, but I think they should do some more research about it. And I think kids should be able to transition. Like, you can transition publicly without doing any medical things. So I think they should be able to do that whenever they want. Like,
Okay. So, as a trans person, do you feel like you were put in a tiny box or something, or are you truly living your true self yet? Do you feel marginalized or free at the moment?
I feel free, but I still have a lot of gender dysphoria that it makes this hard a lot. And I don't feel like I'm put in a box. Feel like I can be who I want to be, but but I'm also kind of cautious with coming out to new people because of what happened with my friends. So I haven't come out to everyone, but I'm living as a man, and it makes me comfortable. And yeah, so
How do you deal with the toxicity about being a trans person day to day?
that's hard to answer because I haven't um had that many experiences. Like, Sweden is pretty open with the trans people and the LGBTQ community.
It's a fucking
So
awesome place as well. Yeah.
yeah, so I haven't been in contact with that as much. So I don't think I can answer that because I haven't experienced toxicity. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah.
Well, good luck with that. I guess it's gonna come. Um,
Yeah.
there are a couple of stories that I want to from the media that I want to touch on. Um,
Mhm.
the, the biggest one is obviously a trans influencer called Dylan Mulvaney, who I'm obsessed with because he has managed to lose $15 billion worth of stock for Anheuser-Busch, which sell a product called Bud Light. What do you think about that and the backlash that that particular story had?
I haven't. I've heard of Dylan Mulvaney, but I don't know about that particular story, so I don't think
Well,
should.
basically, he had his sorry, she had she had her image on the side of a can of Budweiser, and
Mm-hmm.
Middle America lost their shit, and basically put this company into free fall in terms of their profits and everything. Around the world, there are cases of Bud Lights in supermarkets and everything. Just here, down the road, I talked to a local supermarket manager, and he said, "Oh yeah, we haven't sold any of that for ages because they're racking up stock that is going to be soon out of date and unsellable because they put a trans woman on the side of a can."
Yeah.
That's the crux of the story. And so, yeah, what are your reaction to that? Hearing it for the first time.
That's interesting. I don't know what to think about that. It seems rather strange. I don't I don't
Why is it
know.
strange?
Like
Is it
I,
strange that Middle America don't really like kind of like transsexuals on their beer cans?
no, it's not strange like that. It's just why strange like why would you put a person on a bear can? That kind of strange. I don't know.
I mean, when you write it down, it's absolutely
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah,
But this is like, you know, people in America, this is how they think. But
yeah,
I think the bigger question is why people who work for that company thought that this would be a good idea. They didn't know their, you know, base. They didn't know their customer base. So yeah, I just wondered whether you thought it was that reaction was transphobic or whether it was a good idea at all.
I don't think it was a good idea in the beginning
Yeah.
because no, because I know how it is in America right now. So why would you do that in the first place if you? But I don't know. Yeah.
What about staying in America a little bit? There's this superstore called Target, and they released a line of swimwear for
Mhm.
children, for young
Mhm.
boys, that you could hide your penis. It was a part of the
Oh.
pride display. You could hide your penis in there, and you could, just like you strap your top half, you could
Mm.
strap your, if you wanted to act like a girl. I mean, is that right? I mean, what sort of what you know what sort of marketing meeting must that have been? Like, oh, wait a minute. Um, let's see. How could we mess with young, you know, boys' penises? You know, what? I mean, you know, what is your reaction to that?
I don't think it should be in a store. I think in like in a big shop. I know. I think it should be like maybe something that you maybe can order online. With if you know you have a trans child and if they want it, I don't think it should be marketed in big stores and things like that. That just seems wrong.
What do you think about the people who are kind of like ranting and raving and in the streets and holding up signs about trans child genocide? I mean, genocide is a big word, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think you can kind of compare it to genocide because it is that especially in America they are trying to uh, like not make trans children be able to do things and they have to flee from states and things and in that way I guess you can kind of compare it to genocide, but maybe it's a bit dramatic.
I mean, you know,
I don't
genocide
know.
is very different to kind of what is happening. I think they need a different word, personally. But then there's lastly there's also somebody called Leah Thomas. Do you know about Leah Thomas?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's the
Swimmer.
NCAA National Olympic, sorry, national champion for swimming. She has applied to go to the Olympics, and she has been told that she's very welcome to apply to go to the Olympics, but only in the male category. What do you think about that?
I don't think she should be able to be in the Olympics. I know that that's very controversial, but
Not at all.
because I know she's transitioned and everything, but uh, if she wants to swim, she can do it, but maybe not on that big of a level, because she still has like more testosterone and are stronger than like a normal like a person who was born female born a woman. So like, go ahead if you want to swim in things, yeah, but I don't think she should be in the Olympics.
No. I mean, she destroyed everybody in the national championships, and she was told that that she was like the #1 seed in the country, but if she applied to the Olympics as a male, she would be 7,135th in the Olympics in terms of her times and everything, which is staggering. So yeah, I think it's very trans rights are important, but I also think that women's rights are important too. Okay, we have 7 minutes left on our meeting. So before I let you go, what I like to do, I interview people, we do some heavy stuff, but also I like to kind of like end it on a little fun thing. So this is going to be Ture's quiz about Sweden. Yay!
Okay, yeah.
5 questions, quick. Here we go. The Prime Minister of Sweden, Ulf Kristersson, and his wife have adopted 3 daughters from what country?
I have no idea.
It's your Prime Minister.
Should I know?
Come on.
Yeah, but he's new.
I believe in you.
Don't know any. China, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Bing, China. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that at all, did you?
No.
Your hometown of Umeå is the home of a guitar museum.
Yes.
They have a guitar used on the album Road to Russia. Which band recorded that?
I don't know bands. I have. No, I don't know. I'm terrible at bands.
You should go see it. Yeah, it was the Ramones.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Okay, the late author of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo grew up in Umeå. What was his name?
I don't know that book. Like, what are these questions? They're so hard. What was the?
He's a famous author that grew up in your town. What, come on, what was his name?
No, I don't know.
Stig Larsson. King Carl Gustaf of Sweden is known for playing what musical instrument?
Who did you say?
King Carl Gustaf, the king of your...
Yeah.
What is he known for playing? What musical instrument?
He plays a lot of instruments.
Does he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me some of them.
I think he plays piano. Is it the clarinet that he's famous for, or is it like a weird one?
Well, maybe not famous for, but I just got this off a bloody list online. But no, try something else. I don't know if he plays the clarinet. I know he plays this one though.
Okay. Is it that weird thing? I like this Scottish instrument. I don't know what
Oh, the
it's
bagpipes.
called, but yeah, is
The
that
bagpipes? Are you going with
Yeah.
bagpipes?
Yeah.
Yeah, wrong.
No.
He plays the harmonica.
Oh, okay, yeah. I should.
Apparently, clearly.
Yeah.
What year was same-sex relationships legalized in Sweden? And I will give you a point if you get the decade right.
2009, I think, or 11.
You're saying
No.
same-sex relationships were legalized in Sweden in 2009?
No, that was marriage, I think. Relationship, I don't know. I just know that the marriage thing was quite recent.
Okay, it was 1944.
Okay, yeah.
Can you believe
yeah.
that? That is amazing. So yeah, it's just one fact that I wanted to bring up with it, because that is incredible, considering
Yeah.
the rest of the world. So yeah,
The marriage thing is quite recent. I do
Yeah.
know that, but yeah.
well, I think that was in terms of legalization, it was like, well, this is the law where you weren't like taken to the stocks and killed with an axe.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, brilliant.
That makes sense.
Thank you very much, Ture, for
thank you.
joining us. We are running out of time. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Lots of love, and I wish you all the best in your transitional journey. Keep me posted.
Thank
Maybe
you.
we should check in on you. Maybe seagulls. Maybe we should check in again when you are further into your transition. We can talk about that again, because I would love to hear about it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. See you later. Cheers,
Yeah.
man. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.